minute one at the end, just some loose dialogue in the middle. There you go, an hour of fun for the kids. Be brilliant.
Brilliant. That's copyrighted. No one can steal that.
Sure.
Down Hollywood way. Thanks to Vic Sharma, Internet Guru. The 3 excellent choices as always. Anything else further you need to add regarding Scrobbling, Mog.com or Last.fm?
No.
Thank you.
Except just to say that I'll be playing with my band The Rules at the Dog Star in Brixton on March the 16th, so please do check it out.
Now, I will be down there checking it out, so any Steve fans will definitely want to come down. Alright, brackets, I won't be down there, but I've said that in an effort to attract people to Vic's gig. That's the way it works. Thank you very much indeed, Vic Sharma. Round of applause. Chemical Brothers, Galvanise on 6 Music. Steve Merchant here, The Steve Show. Now, we've missed you, Harry, providing the jingle for our regular feature.
Yeah.
You know how much I adore cover versions.
Oh, yeah.
And you know how much I adore Tom Waits. And you know how I'm largely indifferent to Everything But the Girl. But imagine if they combined their vocal talents with Tom Waits' songwriting skills to produce a stripped-down version of his classic Downtown Train.
What a treat for everyone.
I think everyone would enjoy it. Here it is. Oh, hang on. Stop. Stop. Well, we'll have to do the jingle afterwards. I can't believe I forgot. Cover version of this week on the Steve Show is Everything But the Girl, and their version of Tom Waits' Downtown Train from their album from 1992. Tracy Thorn, incidentally, from Everything But the Girl, has a new solo album which I believe is out tomorrow. If you're interested, I'm not. Harry, give us the jingle which we failed to do first time round.
Mr. Cover.
Oh, interesting, you've added the
Yeah, I've been working on that while I was away.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's still deeply racist. Okay, each week we like to get a couple of you, the listeners, on the line to recommend tunes to me, songs which perhaps I'm unfamiliar with. We've had some excellent selections in the past, and there's no reason why that should stop this week. Dan, who is on line 1?
Hopefully, Steve, you will have Stuart Scott from Portsmouth.
Stuart, you there?
Yeah, hi Steve.
Hey man, what can you tell me about yourself?
What, in 30 seconds?
For instance, we were talking earlier about a fantasy kids film that we'd like to see, in which a man accidentally ends up with 2 watermelon on his feet, and he goes sliding probably towards a piece of moving traffic, which he then slides under in a hilarious way, perhaps bumps into a phone box. Has that ever happened to you?
Not recently, no.
No, probably that's something you probably do in your teens, and then you grow out of it. So you're Portsmouth based, is that right?
Yeah, we're down in Eastney.
Okay, is that because
down by the coast.
I went to Portsmouth once, and it was a bit of a dump.
Not very nice.
What's your bit like?
It's lovely. It's a village, Eastney Village.
Oh, I see. Right, so you're not a sailor or anything.
No.
What do you do?
I design outdoor smoking solutions.
You design outdoor smoking solutions?
Yeah, for the smoking ban.
Oh, right, of course. So what were you doing prior to that? Because that ban's fairly recent. I can't imagine that all those years ago at sort of technical college you were thinking one day they're going to ban smoking. I'm going to get in on the ground floor on this particular baby.
No, it's a bit of a combination of kind of graphic design and sort of garden designing. So.
Right, and I guess it's largely pubs that employ your services.
Yeah, a lot of pubs and bars and restaurants and stuff, so...
When does the ban come in?
July.
I'm looking forward to it, not just because it's going to give you more work, but also because I'm sick and tired of smokers blowing smoke in my face. And that's not... They just come up and do that to me. They see me, it's that Steve Merchant, I'll tell you. No, I think that's excellent. And do you think that people will be smoking things other than cigarettes out there? Because now they're not being monitored.
I couldn't really say, to be honest with you.
I imagine you were. You sound like a pretty rock and roll kind of guy,
down in Portsmouth.
Oh, down in Portsmouth, they'll be off their heads. The old crack pipes. I've been down there, I know what it's like, that's how it's led to such horrible scum. No, I'm not gonna, no, sorry, no, it's lovely actually, no, I don't know why I'm trying to alienate all of our Portsmouth listeners, because it's lovely down there, it's great. Now listen, what is the track that you have chosen for us this week?
The track is Pass This On, and it's by The Knife, Swedish band.
Yes.
It's electronic sort of pop band. They're very kind of danceable sort of music. They've got kind of echoes of like Kraftwerk and Bjork, and it's just a really nice kind of fresh new sound.
The track you've chosen is Pass This On. It's by The Knife. I'm going to listen to it. I'm going to give you my verdict. I am familiar with The Knife, but I'm not familiar with this tune. Stay there, Stuart. We'll come back in a second. I'll dissect it rigorously. Yeah, thank you, mate. The choice of Stuart Scott from a place near Portsmouth, and that's Pass This On by The Knife. Stuart, you still there?
Yeah.
Hey man, no, so I've quite enjoyed the knife. I like that sort of. My friend Vic, actually, who was in just now, he once made a compilation for me of music similar to that and called it quite simply "When Spods Dance," which I've always thought is strangely appropriate. I imagine kind of science geeks and stuff just dancing around, kind of shuffling around, they scared to talk to girls.
Sounds about right, yeah.
That's about right, isn't it? But I've enjoyed that very much. But of course, it's not as easy as that. It doesn't straight away go onto the Steve Show playlist. You have to do battle with another listener. You don't really. Don't worry. You don't have to strip naked and. Although that would be an interesting feature. We should bring that in. Some Greco wrestling. That'd be great. Get a couple of girls down as well. Just think about that.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. Just load that in your mind as we speak to Simon Bell. Is Simon there?
Hi, Steve.
Hey mate, where are you calling from?
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam.
Oh, yes.
Oh wow, are you Amsterdam-ish? What's the what are you if you're from Amsterdam?
I'm actually from Southampton, so it's not glamorous, I'm afraid, but a better team than the last caller, I'm afraid.
Why are you? Ooh, dear. Ooh, careful. You don't want to cause any dissent. Why are you in Amsterdam? Are you off for some kind of stag weekend? I bet you're off your face, aren't you?
No, I live there. I've actually just flown back. We're at the airport now. We came back to watch Ricky's Fame show at Bournemouth on Friday, and we just got back to Amsterdam now.
Ricky Gervais, you saw him live on tour. You can't get a ticket for love nor money. Well done to you.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Yeah. Was it fun?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it's a good night. Yeah.
Ooh, hesitation in the voice there. Oh dear. That's
no hesitation.
Don't come on here and slag off my mates. Don't come on and slag off my mates. Now, how do you find it living in Amsterdam? Because I understand it's pretty decadent over there. I've never been, but I understand it's a place for wine, women, and song.
It's a great city. It's a great city. Yes. If you like tulips and windmills, yeah, that's all there is. It's great.
I live for tulips and windmills, and obviously drugs and prostitutes. So it's a perfect place for me. But no, I don't. If my mother's listening, that's not true. I hate tulips. But no, the Dutch. How do you get on with the Dutch?
Well, I've got a Dutch girlfriend, so she's sitting next to me, so I better say I get on with them quite well.
Do you? Because what's interesting to me is the Dutch is that they're persevering with the clogs. After all this time, they're still wearing wooden shoes. Everyone else wearing leather, making that's very comfortable.
Winter is a nightmare.
I bet it is. What? Because they get wet, do they?
Well, it's just like one big ice rink in Amsterdam.
I bet it is. Yeah, people sliding all over the place with clogs. I think because if you look through the history books, the Danish have never been involved in anything of any significance. All they've ever done is been invaded. Got invaded by Napoleon. Got invaded by, I believe, the Nazis. And I think it's largely because they couldn't make a quick exit or fight with the clogs on. I think they were thinking they were going to do battle. Here comes Napoleon. Come on, everyone! Oh, my feet! It's killing me. Let's just hang around here. They'll bring some interesting cheese. So
I can't make a comment on that because I'm sat next to my Dutch girlfriend. So.
But she can't hear what's happening, can she?
Yeah, sort of. She's listening in.
Yeah, I don't think I trust a nation that makes its shoes from wood. It's madness. I mean, everyone else around the world has chosen leather or other fabrics, and the Dutch went with wood. It's crazy. It's like you may as well strap a couple of cuttlefish to your feet. It's crazy. Anyway,
it's exactly the same.
It's exactly like that. Okay, so what tune have you chosen for us?
Well, it's called The Chronicles of a Bohemian Teenager Part 2 by Get Cape, Wear Cape, Fly.
I've just been instructed that we've only got part 1, so I apologise if part 1's terrible. But there we are. That's the kind of sloppy mistakes that you're going to expect from Six Music, and particularly this show.
Get Cape, Wear Cape album, so any track's good.
Now, Get Cape, Wear Cape, Fly. They seem to have a big following amongst the youths of today. Have you seen them? Can you champion them?
I haven't. Well, the thing is, I was I'm an artist on this forum called the unsignedbandweb.com, and some guy just emailed me and said, "Oh, your stuff sounds really similar to this guy, Get Cape, Wear Cape, Fly." And I thought, awful name. Listen. But it was a great album.
Well, I think we may have played one tune from them in the past. I certainly don't know this one. Let's have a listen. We'll come back shortly. Stay with us.
Okay, cheers.
All right, cheers. The Chronicles of a Bohemian Teenager, Get Cape, Wear Cape, Fly, the choice of Simon Bell, who is with us on the line from Amsterdam. Simon, I've enjoyed that.
Good. It was the wrong one, but I enjoyed it too, yeah.
Yeah, well, we've both been introduced to it. I have to say, we've just checked the details, and loath as I am to defend Six Music, it turns out they are not the ones at fault. You did not specify whether it was the first choice or the second.
Oh, then I hold my hands up.
No, you want to see
your sound, people.
Too much of the doobie-doobie-doo. That's danger. Listen,
the next order one, so I can blame that too.
Absolutely. Listen, I think Stuart is still with us. Stuart, are you still there?
Yeah, I am.
Hey, Stuart. Listen, I really enjoyed the Knife. Pass this on. I've enjoyed their sounds for a couple of months now. Kate, fly round of applause. Yeah, I just thought it had a little charm that charmed me. It got under my skin, and therefore it gets the Steve Show thumbs up. But thank you very much indeed to Stuart. Round of applause for Stu. Quickly, I haven't got time. And to Simon. Brilliant. All right, that's good. Thank you very much. That was excellent.
Steve, can I just say hello to the Pilkopedia forums?
By all means.
Hello, Pilkopedia forums.
Oh, they'll love that. They will not believe their luck. Listen, guys, thank you very much indeed for tuning in and also for contributing. Thank you.
Cheers. Great show. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Howling Bells, Low Happening on the Steve Show, Steve Merchant 6 Music. For regular listeners, you will be very familiar with Dave the Walker. For those that are not, Daniel, will you explain who he is and what he's up to?
Dave is an old friend of yours, Steve, and mine. We know him from years back, but he drifted away, and you didn't speak to him for an excess of 5 years. But just before the show began, you decided to pick up the phone because he had good music taste. He's made you a lot of compilations in the past, and coincidentally, he was just about to embark on a walk from Land's End to John O'Groats for no good reason.
Absolutely. Dave, where do we find you this afternoon?
Well, I think I'm in love, Steve. It's amazing here. Obviously, last week I was in Edinburgh, so the logical thing to do would have been head north. But I've gone west, and I'm in the mountains and the lochs and more rain. I'm at a place called Kinloch Leven.
Kinloch Leven.
One word.
Now,
Yeah.
I'm imagining it's getting increasingly difficult as you go up hills and down dales, and obviously there's some grim weather. Describe the last week for us.
Horrendous storms, wind, rain, canals, some interesting mechanical thing, tower blocks near kind of cities, so Glasgow region,
Yeah.
and then massive lakes, Loch Lomond, and the mountains and thunderstorms.
I was thinking. I mean, I'll stop you there for a second. I was thinking more. Wait. I was thinking more specifically things that maybe have happened to you, as opposed to name checking everything you saw in the last week. But I appreciate it nevertheless. You've painted an interesting and evocative picture. I have a grave concern though, is that as you get into the wilds of Scotland, where are you going to find places to sleep? Because as I understand it, you don't have a tent, do you, or a sleeping bag?
No, I can't carry it. Too heavy.
Right, exactly. So presumably the B&Bs start to dry up, don't they? Have you thought about this?
No, I haven't thought about that. You've put a dampener on things.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, no, the kind of places I'm going are on these designated ways, so there are hotels and B&Bs, and to be honest, most of them don't look like they've had anybody in them for 6 months or so.
Well, I imagine they can't believe their luck seeing you, a handsome lad like you come in.
Yeah, they want me to stay.
Have they been trying to marry off their daughters to you?
Some of them may have succeeded.
I look forward to that. Listen, Dave, we have to rush on because the news is fast approaching.
I love the news.
Yeah, I love the news, my
What's
friend.
happening?
But more than that,
I'll listen later.
listen later. You can catch up with this online later. Yeah. More importantly, which tune are you going to recommend for me this week?
Well, really, my choice would be Waiting for a Girl Like You by Foreigner, for this ace.
Yeah.
But instead, this is the replacements who, like Husker Du and R.E.M. and Green on Red, who we played a while ago, were kind of 80s American college rock favourites, and indeed Peter Buck of R.E.M. plays guitar on this track, which is taken from Let It Be, 1984 seminal album, and it's called I Will Dare.
Dave, we appreciate it as always. Very good luck to you, and we will speak to you very soon. You're not going to make it to Scotland before we speak to you next week, are you? I mean, you're already in Scotland. I mean,
I'm
the
in
end
Scotland,
of your journey.
Well, I've just noticed the bottom's falling off my boot, so it might be a bit more time than I thought. But no, a couple of weeks, I think.
Brilliant. Okay, we'll speak to you very soon, Dave. All the best.
Cheer me on, thanks.
Here's the replacements. Brian Storm is the first single from Arctic Monkeys' forthcoming album, Favourite Worst Nightmare. It will be released on the 16th of April, and you can download it from the 2nd of April. That it is there. That was it. Brian Storm by the Arctic Monkeys. Harry, what did you make of it?
Yeah, liked it. Sounded like the Arctic Monkeys. Good.
Dan?
Loved it. Why didn't I get their first album, Steve? I can't quite work it out.
It's a great album.
I know.
didn't
Why
get it
didn't
either.
I get it? Is it? Did I fall into that slightly snobby trap that everybody
Yeah.
was talking about it, and I thought, beneath me.
I think it's one of those rare instances, though, where something overly hyped does actually live up to it, and it really is a cracking tune, although I fear they're more of the same, too much of the same.
Blimey, you've slaughtered them there.
I've already slaughtered them, yeah.
I really liked Brian Storm.
Although apparently one of the guest vocalists on another of the tracks from that forthcoming single is Dizzy Rascal, so maybe they're moving down some interesting avenues. We shall wait and see. Round of applause for the Arctic Monkeys.
And Dizzy Rascal.
So I was trapped in a toilet once, and I'd say it's interesting because I used to host a radio show on the World Service. When you think of people to talk to the rest of the world, to be a sort of, as it were, an ambassador for the UK, you think instantly of me, and that was what I used to do. And I remember once I had to get in early to do this live show on the World Service. And do you remember that house we used to live in, Dan?
Which one?
The one on, well, I'm not going to say, in case people go around there and camp outside, like, they
Was it one of the nice ones or one of the really hot?
No, it was the grotty ones. One of the grotty ones.
Yeah.
And it had a very dodgy lock on the bathroom door.
Oh, remember that, yeah,
Remember?
yeah.
And it was early morning, and I think everyone else had gone to work, except Mike, our flatmate Mike. He was asleep upstairs, and I went in there and couldn't get back out. And the worst thing was there was no toilet paper either. So obviously I had the double worry of no toilet paper, and also obviously being locked in there. The clock's ticking because obviously I've got to do a radio show. I'm really panicky. So I'm trying this door. I'm thinking I'm going to have to just force it down, but I can't get enough run up to do it. Plus it had glass in it, if you recall that. So I was very nervous, very scared. And so I was there. I had trousers around my ankles, and of course the tricky thing was I was thinking, even if I have to phone, you know, let's say firemen. Firstly, you don't really want to phone a fireman and say, yeah, I'm trapped. And they'll say, well, where are you trapped?